Yo, what it is, man? It's your boy Yerrty G,
It's Nick White, the pig man.
Jalyn Talley, clown.
and this is the first episode of the Toxic Icon Podcast. Don't forget, stay toxic. Bird.
All right, y'all. So, first off, we want to say thank y'all for being here, checking us out. It's been a long time coming, a lot of talks, a lot of behind the scenes work, and this is our first episode. Really excited to be here, and I want to start off this way. What's it like working in a haunted house for y'all?
Wait, first off, Nick, don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, tell a friend, tell the goldfish, tell everybody.
Tell your grandma who don't like haunted houses, who won't go in the haunted house, she got to follow us too.
Everybody.
Y'all got to follow us. Everybody.
Yeah, that's what it is. This the first episode, man. What is it like working in a haunt? Nick, what's it like for you?
You can't live without it. If you really love it, if you've been doing it as long as we've been doing it, you cannot live without it. Like, we'll say we may not have a whole lot of time to do it in the fall when it comes around, but where we end up at.
Right.
House. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, it is what it is. Like, once you start, you can't stop. That's why I tell people, you'll either sink or swim in the haunted house, man. We'll know if you love it or not, you know. That's how I feel about it.
That's real, man. Like, I retired probably 3 times.
This man retired like 5 times, man.
Yeah.
He's still back.
Said he wasn't, and then he comes back.
For real. Jalyn, how you feel? What's it like for you?
I love it, man. I think like I said, like what Nick was saying, either you with it or you're not. It's like me personally, I've been with it since like the beginning, so that's why I keep coming back because I love it and I met you guys, and it's a big family too. So, I think that's the important thing, big family that we've seen.
Yeah, that's me. I've been down since 2002, freshman year of high school.
Yeah, I've been down since 2010. 2010, I didn't start where we currently at in 2010. I started out in my backyard and worked my way up, but 2010 is when I started. Is when I got into it.
Okay. So like you created your own hunt?
I did. So I did 2 backyard hunts, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I hated them. I thought they were fucking horrible. But all my friends came out and supported, so that was cool. Shout out to my friends, man. But I did 2 in my backyard. I wanted it to be like a professional haunted house. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Okay.
When they come in, you go through that haunted house, and then it's time for you to bounce out. You know what I'm saying? But everybody just ended up hanging out in my backyard. To the point where my mom was like, well, I got to go to the store because we got to feed all these kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that wasn't the goal. The goal was not to have a Halloween party. I just wanted y'all to come to my haunted house and just like the real haunted houses are. You go through and then that's it. Like,
right.
You go about your night.
That's cool.
But I did that, and then if y'all know Jamestown Mall up in Florissant,
Yeah.
me and some friends in high school, we all put our ideas together and did a haunted house in the mall before they completely closed it and condemned it. So
did y'all see the bubble heads too?
man, we definitely been down that road a couple times. That's a different story.
So like, are they real or is it just?
I personally didn't see nothing. I personally didn't see it. You can only get so close. There's a gate back there, so once you get to that gate, you can't go past there anyway. It's like they always have a cop on standby back there. There's always something in the way of going back there and seeing whatever that real legend is.
Jalyn, you ever seen them?
No, I've never seen him.
Have you heard of the Bubbleheads before?
I've heard of him, but no,
Yeah.
I just wanted to see him. I haven't seen him.
No, that's a strong legend that legend is still big in North County today. But like I can honestly say I never seen it.
That's crazy, bro. Like I heard of them,
Yeah.
but I've never actually went out that way.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard, they look like something off of the movie Wrong Turn. Then I heard that, if you do cross that path, then they'll eat you alive, terrorize you, all this other stuff. So I don't even know if they're real.
Nobody really knows. Some people claim they've seen them, but other people claim they haven't. Some people say it's just a legend, it's just a myth. Nobody knows. I know the last time I went, it was like homecoming night or whatever, and a bunch of us rode down Carrico Road. And when we got down there, it was raining, and there was a couple of cops down there. And they had to get all of us to turn around. Now check it. This is a one-way street. Scratch that. A one-way dirt road in the woods. The Missouri River runs right through there. You know what I'm saying? Cops turning us around, and like everybody just playing, like literally playing bumper cars with each other because it's a one-way street. And we like 30, 40 cars deep all the way down the street trying to turn around, and we couldn't go nowhere. Like that was probably the scariest part about going to see the Bubbleheads, was the fact that they had it on lock like that. So it makes me wonder what actually is back there.
I don't like that.
Yeah, me either.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I haven't been back since. I have not been back since.
Yeah, like for all y'all that don't know, the Bubbleheads, it's a St. Louis thing. They've been talking about it probably since my parents were kids.
Yeah.
So like apparently, like I said, these deformed people. They look like characters off of The Wrong Turn or some type of cannibal. I don't know what they personally look like. I've never seen them. I don't know if they're real. But for all of our out-of-state listeners, go to Bubblehead Road.
Carrico Road.
Carrico Road. Thank you, Nick. Carrico Road. Yeah, man. That's so I see everybody got starts in the haunt world at different times. Speaking of haunt world, shout out Larry, man.
Shout out Larry Frightener.
Yeah, man. Like it's
owner, head honcho, Scarefest St. Louis, Darkness, Limp Brewery, Creepy World. Shout out our haunt family.
Facts.
So like, speaking of that, everybody, like you said, everybody has a story. Everybody has a start in the haunt world. How did you end up getting into the haunt world? Like, not only your first thing, but what drove you to go audition for Scarefest? How did it happen? What was that story? Like, how did you get into it? Because everybody has a different story.
Jalen, I'll let you take it first.
Jalen, go ahead. You go first.
Well, so that was basically, so for me, I've been wanting to do it for like a while, so it was just like in the back of my mind, I just like never did it, but like then I pushed myself, I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna do it this year, like so finally, and plus I've always loved like horror stuff, and so like and just like scaring people, and I've always just, I enjoy scaring people, so I just figured one day, all right, once haunt season comes, I'm gonna try to go and audition, and so then I auditioned and I made it, and that's how it started.
Rest history.
Yeah. Okay.
Yerrty, what's up with you? How'd you end up doing it?
So mine's a little bit more in depth. So as we all know, I love horror. So it started off 7th grade. I was 12 years old.
Okay.
My mom took me to my first haunted house. Ironically, it was Terror Visions.
When it was a standstill.
Yeah, this is back then when Terror Visions was by itself on 19th and Washington.
Okay.
She took me down there, and my first actor manager, Nikki Sheets, she was running things down there, and she scared me to the point that I said I need to do this. And I auditioned literally every year from 12 up to, my freshman year, and they finally let me in.
Right.
I was obsessed with it.
So
bro.
you auditioned for 3 seasons before
back
you got the call?
Back to back, and it's only because of my age they wouldn't let me work.
So it was an age thing.
Did you go? Like, I mean, for me, that's another reason I went. Like, I would always go to like Creepy World Lamp and Darkest Hour because that was another reason too. Like, I would watch the actors. Did you ever go walk through before you were like started as an actor?
So I didn't actually go into the darkness until the year I finally got hired.
Okay.
And that's back when it was still in the old building that's lost now.
Okay. Next door.
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, so I told you I did the 2 backyard hunts and the Jamestown Mall hunt, and I got so obsessed with it, I was like, I need to figure out how to take this further. Like, how do I open one that, would basically be professional and be taken seriously? But 14-year-old me didn't have no kind of bread to pull that off. So what happened is I went to the darkness. I went through it, fell in love with the detail, the entire experience, the acting crew that they had in there. You were probably in there that night, honestly. Like, I went through there. It wasn't even about being scared, but it was just the entire atmosphere of the whole haunted house. The lighting, the fog, the detail, everything. It just pulled me into where I said, I got to do this. So, following year comes around, and I had nothing to do that night after school, and I was just like, I know they're doing auditions down there. I might as well drive down and check it out.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what I just jumped in the car. I had no idea what I was supposed to do. I knew I had to wear all black. I knew I had to have some water, but I had no idea what it was going to entail. And I just went down there. It was me and 5 other people. They auditioned all of us at once. And from what I can remember, 4 out of the 5 of us made it. Only one person didn't. I don't know if that was a personal decision or what, but 4 out of the 5 of us made it through. So
That's a sidebar right there. Nick mentioned water. So for everybody that's thinking about auditioning this year and you want to work there, this is definitely a job, but it's not a traditional job. It's more of I would say boot camp.
Yeah.
It's more of a boot camp drill style. So of course, bring water, bring cough drops. Don't just be on your phone. If you got things going on, like you got a family, somebody's sick, you don't have transportation. Let somebody know, especially somebody in upper management.
yeah, you still got to treat it like.
Yeah, treat it like a job, of course, even though it's only a month and a half.
And that's for any haunted house, because if whoever's watching this, if you're not in the St. Louis area, you want to audition for a haunted house in your area, it's still just as important. Like that is extremely important, especially in a big time haunted house. No matter where it is you work, communication is key, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, because this is a physical job. This is a job where everybody won't last. You got some people, they in love with horror, they do makeup, all of this, but some people drop like flies within the first hour because they can't handle it. Because it gets hot in there.
It only takes a night.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
It takes a night.
Yeah.
Some people feel like, oh, give me a couple weekends. No, it takes a night.
That's all it takes.
It takes one night. Because in a night where you got people coming through the haunted house consistently, if you don't have the stamina to put up with that, it may not be for you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, and that's okay.
It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. But it realistically takes one night.
It definitely does.
One night. So speaking of nights, since we're talking about the experience of working in a haunted house, what would be you all's favorite night at the haunted house? What night went off more than any of the other nights you've ever worked at the haunted house? Like, this night is the one, every time you think about the haunted house, this is the one you think of. Like,
I'll go last.
That night.
Y'all can go first.
I'd say probably definitely the Saturday is probably the Saturday before Halloween. That's always I think my favorite. That's always the
That's a
busiest.
big night.
We get slammed that night, so I think those are always so fun to work. Just like everybody comes.
I would say there was one night, and this was some years back, and I've had a lot of great nights at the haunted house, but this one night in particular, we were so busy that we had a line all the way down to Soulard Market. For those of y'all who don't know, Soulard Market is close to the darkness, but it's not that close to the darkness. Like, that many people from our front door through the zigzag lines that we have out there and everything like that, that is a whole lot of people. And we were supposed to close the box office at 12 o'clock. This is still when we went to 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
Box office was supposed to close at 12, push all these people through, right? Security guard sends my section lead at the time, Lawrence, shout out to Lawrence and Huggalo. He sends them a picture of the line and tells them to basically buckle up because we're not going nowhere for another couple hours. We went to about 3 in the morning because over the radio we heard the owner of the hunt say, no, we need to keep it open. It's too much money out here to close it right now. We got to keep it open. That was probably one of my favorite nights because everybody was dog tired, but we still stuck that shit out. You know what I'm saying? We pushed. We kept going. We got all those people through the haunted house. And at the end of the night, he paid us a little more, so that was cool too. Everybody was appreciative, but man, that night, it just felt like a family. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was ready to go, but we all pushed through it. So that was probably my favorite night. I got a bunch of nights, but that one, only the real survived in that one.
For real.
For real. Because, you don't even talk about the people that, can't handle it, the people that pass out, the people that dehydrate. You know what I'm saying? Those things happen in haunted house, too.
Every night.
Every night.
What's your favorite night, Jalyn?
I have a lot. Many. But yeah, like I said, probably just
He said the big Saturday
the
night.
big Saturday night.
So for me, Nick, you know about this. The night that I sprained my ankle.
Wait, hold on. Which time? The first time?
Oh, dang, you gonna do me like that?
I mean,
let me see, 2020.
okay.
I think maybe an hour in I got hurt.
Yeah, it was very early in the night.
Because
It was early.
everybody outside was going off. And it's like the chemistry was on point. It's like I knew where Nick was at. Nick knew where James was at. James knew where Wilson was at. And then next
We
thing
didn't
you
know where
know.
your ass was at.
Right.
We had no idea where you went.
And just like every time I get hurt, y'all thought I was playing.
It's crazy because we saw Yerrty outside chasing a group of kids. Like they ran down the street and he ran after them. And then like in the distance, all we saw was Yerrty fall. That was it. Like we saw Yerrty and then we didn't see him no more. And we didn't see him for probably what? It's probably a good 45,
Yeah,
50
about
minutes
45.
because he had to go in the back and like get his ankle looked at and everything. And the next time we saw him, he was coming out the building with his regular clothes on. He was like, "Yeah, I'm done for the year."
For real, bro.
Hey, my bad, Yerrty, but yo, that was
getting hurt,
crazy.
man.
The way that happened, that was just crazy.
All I know is I was flying in.
Yeah, you was moving. We
I
told
stayed.
Yerrty, we said you need to wear some boots. You need to wear some good
Yeah,
boots.
he doesn't wear Jordans anymore. He can't wear Jordans.
No more Jordans, man.
Nah, I mean, you can't work in the hunting house without injuries. There are some people that get through without getting hurt, but that's far and few between.
I didn't get hurt last year.
You did.
For the first time in 4
You
seasons.
did
First
get
time.
hurt. That's good.
That was the first
I
time.
mean-
in 4 seasons after getting hurt every year. That's the first time I didn't get hurt.
And since we're just talking about, like haunted houses, I want to know from, like, we'll go down the line, your favorite haunted house that you are not affiliated with. Favorite haunted house, you didn't even have to go through it, but like your favorite haunt ever that like you are not affiliated with. What is that haunted house for you?
Netherworld.
Netherworld?
Netherworld is literally a Hollywood show.
Netherworld is sick.
I would love to go. I haven't gone yet. But.
Netherworld, for those of y'all who don't know, is in Stone Mountain, Georgia. It is one of the biggest and most respected haunted houses in the country, and they do it big every year. Like, they do a completely different show every year. It's a completely different theme. Like, it is completely different every year. For me personally, because definitely shout out to Netherworld. And I just got hip to this haunted house, this in particular haunted house not too long ago, but it would probably be Fright Kingdom up in New Hampshire. And if y'all haven't, and if y'all haven't watched a video of that, you gotta go see Fright Kingdom. And you can't go see Fright Kingdom without going to see Haunted Overload, because they're right there next to each other.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
Haunted Overload.
Haunted Overload, and then Cutting Edge in Dallas or Fort Worth, I think it is.
Same.
Yeah, same thing. What about you, Jay? What you got?
Definitely Hell's Gate. Shout out Hell's Gate. Amazing haunted house.
That's a badass haunted house.
Oh, that's so good.
Hell's Gate is. I think what I like about Hell's Gate the most is the fact that they black out the buses that they drive you up to the actual haunted house in. Like if you look up the address to Hell's Gate on Google,
Yeah.
you don't get the actual haunted house itself. You get the parking lot that you park in and buy your ticket at. That's it. Because they put you on the bus and then the buses are blacked out, so it creates an illusion as if you have no idea where you're going. So then you get off the bus and you're just in the middle of the woods, but you still have no idea where you are. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to walk up that trail, and then eventually you make it to the haunted house.
I like that.
That haunted house is sick, man. I'm telling you.
No. What's those two we went to in Peoria in November?
We went to Old State Mine Haunted Trail
That's what it was.
and Aurora Haunted House.
Yes,
which is-
Aurora. I
Shout
love
out to Aurora. I don't know if this is either their second year or their third year, but they are still a fairly new haunted house. And that show was great. And we went, and just so y'all know, we went through on the very last night of their season.
Blackout night.
Usually the last night of the season, everybody's worn out. You don't really get the best show, but no, like they really gave us a show. Like it was great. They really gave us a show. What was your favorite part about that haunted house?
Bro. So
In fact, do both, because we went, we did two of them.
So I don't remember which was which,
Okay.
but we went through like a funeral scene.
Okay, that was at Aurora Haunted House.
Bro, the girl, I legit, and like we know this stuff, I really thought she was a prop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I really liked the room where they had a maze that was made out of all the old riding, like rusty bicycles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And going through there, and they had a dude in there dressed up, kind of to look like the rusty metal that was in the room.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was great. And the fact that they did that haunted house in their old like mental asylum or whatever in Peoria. No better location to do one.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If it's vacant, you might as well just go ahead and do one there. So that's what I think about that one. And then in terms of Old State Mine, just the overall Halloween feel about it. It was just walk through the woods and get scared while you're going through it. And like, that's cool. That was their theme. There was no real theme. You know what I'm saying? We don't always need a theme. Like, you just go through the woods.
Right, just being in that environment alone, it'll give somebody anxiety.
Yeah, man, 40 degrees outside, they take you back to the woods on a trailer. Like, when we got on it, we were like, yeah, I don't know about this. Like, and we don't really say that when we go through haunted houses, but that one even had us a little iffy about it because we were just unsure how it was supposed to go.
Right, and
It
if you
just
can get me on
didn't
edge, you did your job.
Right. So, that's what I think about that one.
Yeah.
So, like, in terms of what it's like working in a haunted house, I think something that people don't really talk about is the adversity that you face while working in a haunted house. For real though, like you face a whole lot of adversity. I can speak for myself personally. I have faced so much adversity working in a haunted house.
You do.
Highs and lows, bro. Like
it's a lot of highs. There are definitely a lot of lows.
Definitely.
To speak on the highs, like it can be a family environment, of course. There's a lot of incentive to do better. Of course, they care about your safety. Like, if you need something, you want to take a smoke break, you gotta use it. Are you okay in general? Now, as far as the lows, so first off, you have the cliques.
It could be a haunted house can be like a high school sometimes, bro.
Yeah,
like, for real.
You got your cliques, so you have. It can be divisive as far as race, first and foremost. It can be divisive as far as the actors that couldn't make the cut, but they want to hang around a specific person, whether it's the actor manager, section leader, break room, or whoever it is, because that's their way in to get a radio. And once they get a radio, all haunted houses deal with this. Once these specific group of people get a radio, they don't know how to talk to people, and then you have to go off on them, and then it's always gonna be a person defending them, like, oh, well, he or she's just young, they're really stressed. Well, if you are stressed, you should be working in a high stress environment. You should also learn how to talk to people like an adult.
I feel that.
We had a lot of that in darkness. We had a lot of that in Limp when I worked at Limp also.
It's just kind of like, I don't know if y'all know about it, but that Facebook group called Haunt Hub. Have y'all seen that?
I know about Haunt Hub, yeah. I don't never really look on there.
I was in it for a while, but I took myself out of it because I didn't want to be a part of
the negativity.
That because it was just negativity, man. Like, we've been in the haunted house for however many years.
20.
You get these kids that come in from these high school kids that come in and are excited, and they're just like getting into the haunted world. They want to get to know it a little more. They're inspired by us, but we don't want to help them out. We don't want to give them any pointers. And there's a way,
too,
like there's a way to give them pointers without downing them. And that in particular Facebook group was just an actor that's saying, "Oh, I'm making this costume. I want to do this costume. I think it looks cool."
And a bunch of people just
and
talking
a bunch of people
them.
just like trashing them about their idea. If you have the experience, this is the way I feel. If you have the experience and you have the knowledge that would make that costume better, why don't you like privately message them and just ask them if they would be willing to like get some feedback on the costume? Can I help you out? Can I help you like spice this costume up so you can look a little better? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But instead, they just bashing people online.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? That's not cool, and that builds egotistical stuff, and that ego stuff, that's a big thing in the haunted community overall. Don't matter if you're a prop maker, an owner, an actor.
That creates
fanatic.
resent, yeah.
It's all over the place. We've all been to the
Yeah.
convention. You know how it is on the showroom floor. People don't want to talk to you. Like, you want to ask somebody how they're doing, and people just like bypass you. You know what I'm saying? Because they too cool for you. They too cool to talk to you. And
Yeah.
that's been a problem in the haunt world as long as I've been in it. Definitely as long as I've been in
Yeah, see, I'm all for taking a rookie up under my wing.
it. Definitely.
That's what I'm gonna do this year. Take a rookie up under my wing. He's not coming outside, but you know, I'm gonna help him out as much as possible. Let him feel comfortable. Let him know the ins and outs. Let him know the do's and don'ts.
I just feel like the biggest thing is you can learn something from everybody.
You can.
Yeah, I mean, we all learn from each other, so.
That's
right,
it.
Right, we bounce
We
off each
still
other
learn
outside
from
every
each
day.
other. Chemistry is a big thing in the haunted house. Chemistry is huge in the haunted house. Like when we're outside working the line or whatever, and we like communicating through the radio across the line, setting people up in line so we can get a good scare, or telling each other we need to space out, or we need to be taking more pictures. We haven't taken enough pictures tonight. You know, things like that. It's all about chemistry, like, but we don't get mad at each other about that.
Right,
You
we
know,
just
it's
like, all
we
right,
just-
you know, this what happened. Let's try to correct it next go
Right.
around.
Like
And
for
we move on.
anybody, for anybody who knows, especially in St. Louis, like escape room people. We get clowned about that all the time.
Yeah.
Leave us alone. Yeah, like, but we don't know. You just look
Right,
like people.
you chose to come on the night that we're open.
Yeah, you just look like people. You look like people going to the haunted house. So it's like,
Exactly. But see, another thing with us is that we don't get mad at each other because our delivery isn't jacked up. We don't.
No.
I don't come at you. Hey Nick, what the fuck you doing? Hey Jalyn, why you ain't get? No, we just. Hey bro, let me holler at you real quick.
and it's quick.
Yeah,
it's
and
quick
we going
because-
about our business.
Because the line is always that's one thing I've learned. These people watch, man. These people that go to the haunted house, they want to catch you off. So like, even if we do have to holler at each other, we do it quickly. But we may even still do it in character. Like
Exactly.
there's no breaking. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to keep going.
We put on the show.
Definitely, because you won't scare everybody.
Jalyn with that taser.
Yeah, like you won't scare everybody, but you can make people laugh. You can make somebody's night memorable. Get a picture with them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like.
Make a little kid comfortable.
That's it. I'll get down, especially because now I don't know if you all notice this, but I've noticed this. The 5 and 6 year old kids are less scared than their parents.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
so-
Like their
That's so
parents
funny.
are the ones they got fucked up by a horror movie back in the day, and they can't.
Yeah,
They can't do it.
they saw Tim Curry version of Pennywise.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They saw the original It, and they can't shake what they saw 30 years ago.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And now their 5-year-old kid wants to go to the haunted house, and they're like,
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I can take you to the haunted house. No, you got to take him to the haunted house.
Yeah, they find it.
You got to take him.
Oh, the teacher called 7 months ago.
Right. Said you got an F. You can't go to the haunted house. No.
It's a new
Nah.
school year, Dad. I don't care.
Right.
You messed up.
Right. You messed up. But that's what I noticed, man. Especially like these dudes that'll bring their girlfriends, because we all know about the couples that go to a haunted house. The dude want to be the macho one. Want to
He's
show
the one
off.
that's scared the most.
Yeah. Well, look at you. Hey, leave my girl alone, bro. Yo, girl ain't even scared. Yo, girl's not tripping off me, but you can't stand me.
No, my personal favorite, we all black here. The black people.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the
Hands
ones,
down, hands
especially
down,
the
bro.
ones that come
Hands
there
down.
on that. That you doing too much. Get back, bro. Why you touching me? I'm not touching you. You touching me.
Nah, my favorite are the black people that come to the haunted house and tell you that you're doing too much, so then you back off, and they get mad because you backed off. But then you lunge at them a little bit, they a mile down the street because you lunged at them.
Exactly.
They're scared. They
Or the ones that'll say they're not scared, but then you
Yeah.
see them and they're scared.
They pull up in Ubers at the haunted house, coming out like clown cars, and then they see you standing there minding your own, and just because they saw you, they don't even want to buy a ticket.
Remember Wilson hopped in that Uber?
Remember we
Oh,
hopped on
the
that
party bus, yes. He hopped on that party bus. They took off with him.
That was man. Shout out to Wilson. That's Poppy a clown for all y'all that.
Willow D.
Shout out to Willow
Shout
D.
out Will, man.
But yeah, those are definitely my favorite people out there. I don't care what nobody says. It's not even a race thing, but the black people in a haunted house,
That's the show.
they keeping the haunted houses going because they don't like this shit.
They don't.
But they come every year. Like, they come back every year. Like, we may be some of the only ones that do like it. They come back every year, and then they go through the haunted house, and they get terrified. I love going through and scaring them inside the house. Because when they take off running, they can only go forward. They can't go nowhere else. They only go forward.
Man, get back, man.
That's my favorite part about it.
Well, tell my mama.
Favorite.
Don't touch me. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Sometimes you gotta check them though, you know what I'm saying?
Real,
Like,
man, I'll
they start
beat your
talking
ass,
reckless,
bro.
man. Like, you better stop.
If they start roasting you in the line, you got roasting back. That's
You hear me? They get mad. They get heated in front of everybody. And people start laughing at them.
I think another underrated customer at the haunted house is the high school kids coming after homecoming.
Oh my God.
Those are the best nights. Those are the best nights because for one, you got the girls that come down there wearing the dress and the heels, not knowing. Like, let's use the darkness for instance. You got sand on the first floor all the way through. You coming in with heels, you're going to have sand everywhere, and if you fall,
It's over.
it's over with. You know
It's
what I'm saying?
over.
It's over with. But those are my favorite. They come, they go to the haunted house. We terrorize them in the haunted house. Then they come out. That whole homecoming outfit is ruined by the time
Yeah,
they
it's
come
done.
out on the other end. Like, I don't know about y'all, but anytime I went after homecoming, I always went home and changed. Like, I already knew we may get sprayed by water. We may get chased and fall. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we was in a creepy world. Like, that's outdoors and gravel. I'm not wearing my nice outfit out there.
I was on punishment for homecoming. So I didn't get to work or nothing.
Yerrty wasn't following directions.
No, man.
That's the whole experience of working in the haunted house. That's like the best thing. Another thing that's underrated is just the prep. The
Yeah.
prep beforehand. And I mean like the audition prep. The prep when you get there in the evening before, you open. I try to get there an hour and a half before because I don't want to get there and just immediately hop in all my stuff. I like like put a little bit of stuff on and just chill out, hang out with people, catch up with people, see how they doing or whatever, because I can gradually get myself there.
You know me, I'm showing up 5 minutes before we open.
Yerrty is showing up as the lights go off.
For real, I'm
But
showing
Jalyn
up
will
right
be there
before
with
we open.
Jalyn will be there with me when I get there.
Cause I sit there long enough. You know I'm old, man. I'm gonna be sleepy.
Or just play your music and then you get it.
Man, look.
That's something I want to touch on, especially with like what you just said, playing your music or something like that. Hell's Gate, the pump up that they have up there before they go in the haunted house, it's like a whole. It should honestly be in a movie.
That's one of my favorite parts about it.
Like they get everybody ready. The managers, shout out to John LaFlamboy, owner and runner of Zombie Army Productions, Statesville Haunted Prison, Hell's Gate Haunted House. All of them just like completely in the zone. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to be in the zone. We've all had nights where we're not in the zone, but you got to be in the zone. And they got like a whole chant, a whole thing that they do. You know what I'm saying? And the managers are right in there with them, getting them hyped up. I just love that. I've always gotten a kick out of that. And their audition process is like 3 weeks long. Like you really be going through a boot camp to get that.
Yes. 3 weeks.
Honestly, like if you go watch that vlog on YouTube, Days of the Living Dead, Zombie Army Productions, they do like an episode a week leading up to the haunted house season, and they start from the build up to pre-classes to auditions to opening night, all the way through to the very end of the season. And they document everything. Like I know it was one episode where they fired somebody on camera. Like fired him. I don't know what he did. He did something stupid in the haunted house. He was an actor. And they showed the manager chewing him out, about
Oh,
what he
they
did.
shouldn't have showed that, man.
I wouldn't have showed it, but it got the views.
Dang, that's crazy.
It got the views, man.
I might be the reason why we can't fire people no more.
I mean, what do you think? What do you think about like pre-classes? These are classes before you audition. Like even if you still come and audition and you don't make the cut, you come to this class. We teach you not only how to act, but how to improvise, how to move, how to do all these different things. You know what I'm saying? Like a ghoul school, like we do. What?
Right, except it's longer and more
But
in depth.
yeah, more in depth and more focused on like one specific thing each time you go.
I like it because it fine tunes vets for one if they choose to attend. Secondly, the new people, it makes them comfortable with being in these situations.
I agree.
Yeah.
What you think, Jenny?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that's another thing too. The more time that they have to like learn it, I think the more comfortable they'll be. I feel like sometimes they'll go new people especially, they like they go in there and
They don't know.
yeah, and because they don't have enough practice, they don't have enough time doing it. So I think especially a lot more practice like early on, I think would be very helpful.
Yeah, we should definitely talk to Patty about that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we can definitely get something going about that. Because, I mean, it's not like every haunted house does it. Every haunted house has their own way. Because I'm also a firm believer in throw them in the haunted house.
Yep, that's the only, that's the best way to learn.
I feel like that's
by-
really how I learned. We had some training classes leading up to when the season started. But once the season started, people started coming through. They just threw us in the haunted house.
Yep, the best way to learn is by
And
repetition.
some people threw up, you know what I'm saying? Not me, I threw up, but like, there was people throwing up, but I don't know, I just feel like going in the haunted house, being in it, being in that environment is what's going to help you learn. Every haunted house is different. We've been through haunted houses with prime air conditioning. We don't have air conditioning at ours. So you got to be ready.
Terror Visions has air conditioning.
But they never use it. I mean, seriously. I'm serious.
Jay, look going off.
Like,
Look, Jay, look going off.
I've probably been in there like maybe they've only used it probably twice. Like, so I don't know why they don't use it.
I think you can't do it without being hot.
No.
It don't, like, even if there is AC, you can't.
Well, no, so when I ran Terror Visions for the first 4 years it was open, we had heat also. Because you got to think about those slow nights in October. This is back when we worked every day in October. Those slow nights in October, it's cold if you're not moving around.
Right, so you got to move around to stay warm. Yeah.
So once I found out we had heat, I used to shut that shit on every day.
Yeah.
Jim used to be like, "Herb, why you messing with the..." Jim, it wasn't me, bro.
It wasn't me. I didn't do it at all. Shout out to Jim Kelly, man.
Man, for real, I miss Jim, man.
Yeah.
He's like in Branson, right?
Yeah,
he or something.
Runs a zoo now. Yeah, he's got some good stuff going on there. Speaking of haunted houses, in terms of our podcast, we definitely want to do giveaways.
Yes.
Do you want to tell them a little bit about the giveaway that we've been cooking up?
Yeah, so it's gonna be a few giveaways, but the first giveaway is my personal favorite. So of course, as we stated, like, comment, subscribe, tell everybody. But that first giveaway is one night admission to Halloween Horror Nights. Your choice, whether it's Hollywood or Orlando.
So, all you got to do is follow us on all our socials.
Yep. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook,
The whole
TikTok, all of it.
We got to see you on all of it. And then we need you to comment under our very first post on our Instagram page, the hashtag Stay Toxic.
That's it.
And then by episode 3, the plan is to announce a winner. And it'll just be randomly picked. We ain't picking no favorites.
Right.
And you still got to buy your own plane ticket. So
Yeah, you gotta buy your own plane
but we got
ticket,
your ticket to HHN though.
Your own Airbnb or hotel, but we will pay for one night admission to Halloween Horror Nights. And once again, this is your choice.
And choose wisely.
Orlando
Both of them are different.
or Hollywood. Yes, they're both different. I've been to Hollywood and Orlando a total of 7 times.
Which do you prefer?
Which do I prefer? Hollywood.
Hollywood. So I'm going to Hollywood this year. My first time at Horror Nights was last year in Orlando, and I thought it was so well done.
Yeah, Nick,
I thought it was so well done. People always want to debate Fright Fest at Six Flags and Horror Nights, and I'm like, that is like
it's
the
a
biggest slap in the face to
Yeah,
Hollywood Horror Nights.
you can't compare the two.
You can't.
That's like
It's not even close. It's not even close. But that's why we have to give away the ticket. You know what I'm saying? Because there are people out there that are like, why would I pay $80 to go to Horror Nights when I could just go free on my like $50 ticket to Six Flags. If you go, you'll see why.
It's no pun. It's a Hollywood experience.
That was a good one.
Also,
I'm sorry, I got to laugh at that one.
I
That
gotta
was a
point
good
something
one.
out. If you do go, this is very crucial. Make sure you get that express pass.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
if you're
You
not,
cannot
your
buy
ass,
your
you're
express
not
pass.
going to be seeing anything because you will probably miss most of the haunted houses. So the express pass is very important.
Like the express pass is essential.
Yes. If you do not get an
Halloween
express
Horror
pass,
Nights.
you are giving them money. Like you literally, you might see maybe 2 hunts out of the 10 or 13 that they
You'll
have.
get one, but
Yeah.
2 if you get lucky.
Yeah.
That's how crowded it gets.
Yeah, because the waits are as long as ride lines. Like last year, I know the Michael Myers house, the wait was 6 hours. They're only open for 8 hours.
Yeah, that was crazy. We really did all 10 houses with that pass, so it was worth it. And by the way, the ticket prices vary depending on the date. So whoever wins the giveaway, you need to let us know what date that is that you would like to attend
Yes.
Halloween Horror Nights, because it definitely varies. We're gonna get you together though. We definitely want somebody to go on behalf of Toxic Icon. Let us know what you think about it. Personally, I think Halloween Horror Nights is one of the best Halloween events out there.
Yes.
I agree.
Like, hands down. Fright Fest used to be dope. It used to be really good. I don't know what happened, but it used to be good. Now a lot of the other theme parks are starting to, implement their own versions, but none of y'all beating Halloween Horror Nights right now. Like, it's just not happening.
Yeah. You know what? Shout out to Hollow Scream at Busch Gardens.
That one is good. That one's good. And Howl Scream at SeaWorld.
SeaWorld, yes.
That one's good. So that's brand new.
I've been to Busch Gardens.
Have you been there for Hollow Scream or just regular Busch Gardens?
I've been for Hollow Scream.
Okay. How is it?
So it's like a mini Horror Nights, obviously.
Okay.
There were 5 hunts. 3 of them were good. 2 were in, and then the scare zones all on point.
See, that's what I've noticed. Like, some of these theme parks will kind of not necessarily lack in the haunted house area, but put more into the scare zones. It's cheaper to put on the scare zone than it is put on a whole haunt. You know what I'm saying? But like, I've seen some really good scare zones. Even at Six Flags St. Louis, like I've seen some. They used to have this scare zone at the front of the park where they used to have these trolls running around. I can't remember exactly what the masks looked like, like face and everything, but you know what I'm talking about though? Like, they really didn't do much, but they just they had a certain kind of movement, a certain kind of walk. It was messing people up, man, for real. And like, scare zones are definitely important. People don't already talk about scare zones like that. But in terms of the actual houses, Universal got it.
Facts.
Universal's got it. So speaking of that, because we are going to do a whole episode geared toward Halloween Horror Nights, so this is the last thing I asked. We'll touch more on it.
Right. Since we're going to 2 different places, we have to do an after episode.
We know that Chucky and The Last of Us are announced. We know that. Give me 3 that you would love to see happen. It doesn't even have to be something that's rumored, but 3 that you all would love to see happen. Personally, my 3, other than Chucky and The Last of Us, would be if they give Lady Gaga a house. I'm going to keep advocating for that until they just don't announce the shit. Like, I hope that they give her a house. I think that would be dope, especially after the way they nailed The Weeknd last year. 5 Nights at Freddy's. I think that would be a great haunted house. And then my 3rd one would probably be The Exorcist, which I'm sure is supposed to be coming back this year. I've heard it was coming back, but they've been doing that one a lot lately, so I don't know if they'll end up doing it.
Okay. So to piggyback off of the whole Exorcist, 5 Nights at Freddy's, I think it's gonna be another Blumhouse house. So with that being said, it's either gonna be 2 or 3 franchises, which I believe will gonna be 5 Nights at Freddy's, Megan, and potentially Insidious. That's
I
if they
feel like
do
we definitely will get Megan this year.
That's if they do a Blumhouse house again. Then that's just one.
Right.
So my second house will be a Slipknot house.
Oh, you just hit a nerve with that one.
And then this is a weird one. The Hobbit.
Touch on that a little bit.
So the first Hobbit, remember they had those giant spiders and all that?
Yeah.
It could
Yeah, I
be,
remember that.
something about everything that Frodo faced.
Okay. That'd be good. That'd be good. And I think a Slipknot house is long overdue. I don't know why Corey Taylor is telling them no, because I know Universal has had to reach out to them before.
Yeah, and then
Had to.
And then like the Hobbit house, that's kind of far fetched. But I'm gonna throw the Hobbit out the window. To be honest, a Scream house.
I was gonna say that was one of my messages to Scream.
Yeah, they do a Scream house like you were literally in the middle of New York in Scream 6.
And we thought that we were gonna get that with the movie dropping earlier this year. You know what I'm saying? We didn't end up, but we don't know if we're not gonna get it. But the rumors are showing that we might not. But if we did get that, the Scream house would be sick. Jalen, what you got?
Scream, I would like a Conjuring. I think the Conjuring would be
Woo!
that'd be a cool
Conjuring
house.
house would be good. And if you don't have the express pass for that, you will not see it. No doubt about it.
And then I was gonna say probably Avatar. I think that'd be a cool one.
Avatar?
Yeah, I think that'd be a
The
cool
blue
one.
people?
Yeah.
You thinking outside the box?
Man.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't be bad,
It
though.
would be unique. Yeah, I think it'd be pretty interesting.
They all look all like rigor mortis is taking over.
Yeah. That would be a
I
sick
mean, you
one.
see
That'd be cool.
an 8-foot blue. Yeah, I would be afraid for real.
It's definitely, I mean, just the fact that the hunt season is coming up, I'm so excited, man, just to see what all these haunted houses have, what they put on, what's SeaWorld going to come with this year. Now they've been around for a few years, people are looking forward to it. What's that going to look like? You know what I'm saying? Is Fright Fest going to turn it up a notch? Because now, like, Horror Nights and Not Scary Farm, they have run off with it. Like, they've taken off. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited to see what's going to happen with all of that. And it's usually around this time of the year where I really start getting excited because everybody starts talking.
An Evil Dead house.
They've done The Walking Dead before, haven't they?
Yeah, The Walking Dead. It turned into an all-year attraction at Hollywood.
Okay.
I tell you, if they do an Evil Dead house, like just imagine the Deadites everywhere you go.
They can honestly bring the Haunting of the Hill House back too, from 2020 Horror Nights 21. That was sick. Just the way it looked. It wasn't even about. I mean, going through it was good, but just the way it looked, bro. Like, shit.
Yeah, they do that. It's up.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely excited about all that, man. The whole experience of working in it, I don't think I could act at one of those events.
Yeah, we would get fired if we
Yeah.
worked there because they want you to scare and reset.
We wouldn't relax. No,
Ain't no scared to reset it with me.
Yeah.
honestly.
No, I'm getting you a car. All of that. I'm chasing you down the block.
What was that you said when you hopped in that one girl car that night and scared her in the parking lot?
Oh my God. When the mama made me get in the car.
Yeah, I think she said her kid was like messing up in school.
Yeah, she was tripping. I said I was gonna be sitting in the class waiting on her.
My funniest thing from you was that were you like taking a picture? Someone wanted to take a picture with you. You're like, you got COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this was definitely in 2020. I said, you got COVID.
That killed me.
Man, bro. I can't wait for this season.
I can't wait either.
Especially because it's the last one officially for real now.
Well,
He'll be back.
we'll see.
Right.
That's what he always
He'll be
says.
back.
I said I was done years ago. I got withdrawals right now. I'm telling you, man. Yeah,
What
this.
drove you to want to come back though?
It's just the love of the game for real.
Yeah.
Like literally, like Jordan. Like I've taken a break, and the break was really just a half a season. Cause I left the darkness, went to Limp, and then that last year at Limp, me and Michelle we kept getting into it. So I was like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Right.
And then I ended up running limp the following year. And a lot of them, they hated that.
Why though? Because I feel like you ran a tight ship. I don't think there's been anybody at Limp that's really like not ran a tight ship over there. You ran a tight ship. Dan ran a tight ship. Daisha ran a tight ship. Why do you think people had an issue with the way that you ran it when you were over there?
Because I put my foot down.
Hey.
And any bad behavior, including my own behavior, I made sure it was corrected. Or you had to go. If you don't like it, you can go to the darkness. You don't like it there, go to Creepy Room.
And then after that, you just kind of...
And I came back in the darkness.
You
Yeah.
showed up, yeah. I mean, when they put us out there together, three of us, like...
It's a wrap. Like,
chemistry is definitely there. We have a blast with it. And shout out to Crystal. Crystal, I'm sure she's watching right now.
yeah. Crystal came in. She was like the Kevin Durant. You could put her with any group of people, and it's like that.
Yeah. We put Crystal in that. Well, we didn't put her in anything, but she decided that she was gonna play a dead bride out there, and she nailed that shit. Like, it was the southern, like, creepy accent that she was using, along with the dress with the heart popping out, and like, I feel like she got some of the best scares outside. It was one night she dropped the whole line. I was telling some people where to go to buy their ticket, and I just heard all the barricades knock over, and I turned around and the whole line, everybody was running.
Speaking of barricades, Kayla, I hope you come back outside because I'm knocking them over every night.
Yeah, we kind of have to.
Yeah.
Just because we know you don't like it. We got to knock the barricades over.
Hey yo, so you know we getting to the end of the line, y'all. So you know, once again, subscribe on all platforms, like, comment, tell a friend. Once again, I am Yerrty G. It's my boy Jalyn. We got Nick White, and this is the Toxic Icon Podcast.
Word.